Okay, we are back. We have got Sonic Colors DS 100% by Speedbreaker55 coming up in just a second. But before we get there, we did get a $5 donation come in from Ludwig von Cooper with my $5 for one death in Null Sprite's DK94 run earlier. So thank you, Ludwig. Thank you, everyone who has donated so far. We have so far raised an incredible $660 for the American Foundation for Suicide Prevention. Our goal for the end of the stream is $1,000. So I know we can do it. I know you guys can do it. So whilst we all hop on over to gamersforhope.com/donate, let's get started with this incredible run from Speedbreaker55. Take it away.
Oh yeah, this is Sonic Colors DS. This is the third game of a Sonic Rush trilogy, and today we'll be running the 100% category, which has quite a bit to it. So, there's four criteria we need to fulfill. The first one is to get all the red rings. The second one is to beat all missions twice with S rank on the second try. The third to beat Mega Mother Wisp, and the fourth to get everything S ranks. That only really affects the special stages, because everything pretty much happens by default. And it's just not the same without him, so I had that included. Without further ado, I think I should be ready to run now. Okay. Well, without further ado, I think we're ready to start. Gonna start in 3, 2, 1, and we're off. The tutorials, off we go. So, unlike the first two games, we get a bit of boost of Sonic action. So right now we're making use of jumping down slopes to keep up our speed. Boost we don't unlock until Act 2. Gonna get this. Land on the slopes to get some speed. Jump right over this. Hope you get this blast jump here. Not quite. Oh yeah. Also, we need to get the third and fourth veterans now. Because the way it's structured, it's better to get the third and fourth ones now. So when we come back on the revisit, which we have to do, unfortunately, we can come back for, we can stay on the top route only. You also need to complete all the special stages, since we need to defeat Mega Mother Wisp. And we're back. I'm going to enter the special stage right here. And get all these orbs. Grab all these, grab all these. Pretty much as normal. Nice. Right now we're going to skip this striped orb. Hey, lap 2. So to get next rank, for the laps with the stripe tours, we need to get the one on the blue lap and on the yellow lap. Fortunately for most of them, except one, the red one is unnecessary. In fact, all of them, the red one's unnecessary. But for the very last one, I play safe on that one because the second lap could be a bit iffy. Okay, head towards the final lap now. As it's the first special stage, fortunately, it's pretty easy. The S ranks, however, we can't do it without the stripe tours, so we actually have to collect them at the end of a lap for at least one of the laps. Here we go. Grab all these, grab all these, grab all these. Oh, nice, 34. I think it's the highest I've gotten so far. First chaos mode. Okay, so one thing I've not mentioned in detail at the start is that some of these stages will have to be redone for red rings. This is also one of them. Because the second red ring, we can't get it the first time round because we need a whisk called burst in order to get it. Okay, vote speed cap. That's quite set up. All right, this is going smooth. All right, that's quite precise. Nice. All right, awesome, 47. So with these special stages, we can only do these once per zone. Now I'm going to head off to Globotron. Quite good start. So now we need one more boost hit for it to come down. Going to get a final double hit if we stand in the right place. Just like that, this fight is over. That's our first zone complete. Right, this game also has missions as well, but as we need burst for the missions as well, we're gonna go straight to Game Land and then to Sweet Mountain, where burst is. Here we go. Okay, we made it. And yes, we want to enter. So we do have to do this versus mode in order to get into the special stage. This gets us the last emerald, but it's best just to get out of the way early while we're here. So once again, for the first lap, Sonic moves really slowly compared to what you've seen so far. So ideally, we want to keep the chain as live as much as possible. That gets us bonus points, which we actually care about because you want an S rank. And that's part of 100% now. So as the red lap is the slowest, I pick the red lap to skip the striped orb at the end, which makes these bonus orbs bounce around. Okay, time for lap 2. Which moves slightly faster, but still nowhere near as much as we seen him do in the act stages. We can also jump up the half pipe, which is handy. Right, got it. Got the bonus orb. Got the plus 10. Nice. Here we go. Okay, not that much, but shouldn't be a problem.
If we have the time, Speedbreaker, we do have a donation to read out.
Oh yeah, read ahead.
We have received $5 from Mrs. Benasty, also known as my wife, tuning in from downstairs with the lovely message, over halfway to the target. Well done, all involved. If you would like to donate, please head across to gamersforhope.com/donate and help raise money for the American Foundation for Suicide Prevention. And thank you all to everyone who has donated so far and helped us reach an incredible $665.
Okay, so that gets us a second S rank for the second special stage. Now we can exit here and never return to the Eggman Sonic Simulator for the rest of the run. So there are 5 wisps to collect. This first one we've got here is Burst, and that gives us the ability to fly and break hard objects. This is only used ideally once in its first act. Okay, that's unfortunate. That would have saved about 5 seconds. It's pretty difficult to get since you have to. It's a precise setup to get there. You can also use slope jumps to get massive height. So that chocolate wall you saw me go through. Right, that is 33 and 4. Happy to get that because that's not as easy as it looks. All right, so now we're going to head on to special stage 3. But as you see, these orbs are getting a bit more scattered. Also, one thing to note is that getting the wrong orb type basically kills it. It makes it uncollectible for the later laps when it's their turn. For example, if I got a blue one when it's the red lap's turn, then I can't collect that blue orb for the next lap. Okay, moving on to lap 2. So once again, we move slightly faster. One thing I like about these special stages is that it gives you the chance to freely restart. Similar to Rush Adventure, but I'd say there's more execution on Rush Adventure as there is in Colors DS. Because there, you had to do like the journey races with like one upgrade at most. Because getting double upgrades is just far too long. And that puts quite a bit of pressure on. Okay, beautiful combo. Gabble these, gabble these, gabble these, gabble these. Okay, 33 combo. Beautiful. Okay, the fast lap. Here we go. So after this, we'll have Sweet Mountain 2. And that's going to be a bit of a sequence break. Because one of the later wisps, we're supposed to use that to collect one of the red rings. There's a way to skip that entirely. Come on, get the swords. Okay, not great, but should enough to do the job. Okay, now it's the third emerald. I'm way above the line for the S rank. Okay, Sweet Mountain done. Let's go up to Sweet Mountain 2. Now we go down here. And straight away, we're going to using bus. First, we're going to get this red ring, which you're normally supposed to get with burst, but slope jump gets this first perfectly. Here's the sequence break. First, I grab this red ring, then I go back. Grab burst, head back to the top route. Now, the chocolate wall that we're supposed to use void for, but with burst, you could just break it. Right, now smoothish. Normally, we're supposed to use void to eat that wall, but by going down there to get a burst, you can use that burst that you saved to break that wall. Right, so I had to grab that burst because I would have run out of time. And you need burst to make it up there. One thing to note about this game is that this game, unlike the other two in the Sonic Rush trilogy, is that this game is really generous with its rings. It's pretty easy to get 100. In fact, for one of the later stages, You literally get 100 rigs in less than the first 20 seconds. Okay, now we're gonna head off to our first mission, and now we see Silver the Hedgehog. So the story isn't exactly the same as the Wii version. It introduces other characters. So with the Wisps, if you get the combo, you get more and more Wisps per enemy you take out. You can get up to 3 per enemy you take out with the combos. So now we need to complete this again, and this time get an S rank. So for every mission, there's a second player mission triumphant event. But those specific events do not unlock unless you beat the mission the second time. Good. Okay, mission 1. Hello, Blaze the Cat. Too bad she's a non-playable character here. Good. So now we're going to see a slightly quicker method of doing this. Should we execute it correctly? And before you ask, the S rank does have to be done second try also, even if you get S rank the first time round. Otherwise, that event just doesn't unlock. All right, didn't quite get the quick finish I wanted, because you can finish it with one final explosion there if you're low enough. Right, so this mission, we're going to be doing it slightly differently. Because normally, you want to get the red ring first. But here it's best to get the quick finish it as quick as possible. Right, so now I'm going to do this slightly differently. The same risky start, but this time, I'm going to do the risky start. But you do have to do slow jumps to get that burst to be able to fly up to that top route. And that's where the first red ring is. Beautiful. Okay, now we're going to take out the boss. Good. Beautiful. Okay, so this is our first zone, 100% complete. Okay, now I'm going to go back to Tropical Resort and complete all the missions there. I'm only going to do the missions, not the act stages, because there's still one more stage we have to revisit. Bad start. So you do need burst to get the first red ring. Hello, Cream again. All goes well. We should finish here. Yes. So this mission is pretty much just Tropical Resort 2 again, except with a few minor differences. Okay, no speed cap break here this time. Right, smooth. Right, that was smooth. And Burst, oh yeah, Burst wants to skip that loop. So even though that red ring is possible to get without Burst, as you see here, it's much quicker to get it with Burst. Now we got to do this mission, and this time we score to Lost Chow. For the S rank, we have to have it over a minute remaining. Right, that was a bit messy. Right, that's a guaranteed S. Looks like we've got to teach you also know about a lesson because they're tormenting our cream again. And this is literally one of the only missions where the route is same, where the fastest route is pretty much the same as all red rings. Right, now we just got to beat this again. Okay, let's go. Right, got the jump this time. That jump is iffy because the petal platforms are iffy. That was a bit weird moment with the spring. Okay, now that's over. We can now go to Starlight Carnival. Rocket is one of the first wits that can escape. Fortunately, it didn't escape us, which is a relief. But these wits move pretty fast. Okay, Starlight Carnival, here we go. But you're probably wondering why we missed that red ring at the start. If you've not guessed already, it's because there's a red ring that we can't get without a later wisp. Namely, the laser wisp. And the reason for that is because Mr. Plant is behind the wall that you can't break. It's namely around one with the purple borders. That barrier you just saw right there. You need lasers to break that. Oh, that's unfortunate. Stop, and we finished. So yeah, there's quite a bit that goes on between the third and fourth special stages. We do all the missions in Sweet Mountain, 100% Sweet Mountain, then the Tropical Resort missions, and then we come here. Gonna grab the orb just to keep that combo alive. Because the red lap is the one we were at least concerned about. So now it's a bit of a wait to get to the next lap, especially if you're on the red one. But the good news is that you get a bit of relaxation time in between. Personally, I prefer the Sonic Rush ones because the music is an absolute banger there. Hey, looking good for us. So getting those checkered orbs gets you 10 extra orbs if you've not seen them already. Will likely be necessary in all cases. Beautiful, 26. That's a very good amount. Right, final lap. Here we go. Nice. Right, and that is our fourth Chaos Emerald. The Sonic Carnival has one of the last stage that we actually have to go back and revisit. Everything else is possible to get them all the first time now. Normally want to slow jump that, but go all the way around is slower than using Rocket. That's a third one. Fourth one is not too far behind from here. Which I to Rocket. Fourth one's just waiting for us up there. So there's an auto scroller skip coming up. All right, that's unfortunate. Okay, not too bad. Second try. Okay, now for the missions. Hey there, Knuckles. How you doing? Okay, what's the challenge us? Cool. Beating the competitive move, are we? That was a weird jump. Now we just got to beat Knuckles again, and then we can move on to the next mission. All right, look, he's already fired up for round two. Now Knuckles has lost twice. We now move on to this next mission, and we see Rouge the Bat. Hey, Rouge. Good. That was a cool finish. So Stratus to not use the cannon save is about 2 seconds. Doesn't sound like much, but it all adds up over time. So now we just literally need to do the same thing again. Only we don't need to worry about the red rings. Okay, mission 3, here we go. Yeah, time for a new challenge. So as per usual, we're going to be going this long route and grab all the red rings. So this next one, we're going to be going for a quick finish. It's going to be very quick. Like we won't even see past the first screen. It's that fast. Just like that, it's over. Now we reach our third boss, which is the Orkan. So as the last boss had bursts, the wisp that unlocks here is the corresponding wisp for the zone. Right, decent fight. Depending on RNG, it can be done for 22 or 23 seconds. Not much difference, so not too much to worry about there. So Start Carnival and Sweet Mountain completed, we now unlock Planet Wisp and Aquarium Park, which we could do in any order, but for this category, the order absolutely matters. Because drill, we need in the Aquarium Park. Ah, no, a first escape. Sad times. Second try. No tutorial, please, Tails. We're good. Okay, let's go, let's go. All right, great start.
We
Nice cheeky
do
rocket
have
there.
another donation to read out if you have time, Speedbreaker.
Oh, yeah, definitely time for a donation.
We have received $20 from Heather, aka Mum IQ, 10 IQ's mum, and she gives us the message, keep going, guys, lots of love, Mum.
Okay, this is pretty much the final area. I want to make sure that we don't bump any walls here, because those things that catch you, you have to do this whole last section again. Well, that was sweet. 128. Are we at special stage 5? And now onto lap 2. These ones do get quite a bit more challenging. We're on the 5th one. We've got 2 more to go after this. You'll see the difference when we reach the yellow lap. Got it. Far too important for us to miss. That was way too early. Switch. Hey, not great, but again, enough to do the job. Right, 2 more to go. Okay, on to Act 2. This one's a bit nicer than that one. Down we go. Gonna grab that. Right, that was a bit unexpected. Third one's right here. That's literally free if you go on the top route. Fourth one is quite a way away. Fifth one is in this chase section. It's right around here. Okay, next one. Now we go tackle the missions. So the first part of this is quite easy. The second part, not so much. Because you have to collect these wisps. And to get an S rank, only if you get the first 8 can you get an S rank. Which is where the not so easy part comes in. How fair is your training? Okay. Right, that was close. That's close to being too slow. Mission 1. Charmy Bee. Full of buzzing, I see. Fortunately for us, the red wings are totally free. So normally we tackle all 3 missions before facing the boss, but because of the way the map is structured, we'll tackle the boss first. So once the first part is covered, this next part takes care of itself. Villainator. Now we're going to make use of drill, which we get here, to destroy the generators underwater. when a force field just goes down. You can't hit them when the force fields are up. That was a nice cheeky rib grab from Sonic. Next up, mission 3. We have Vector and Charmy. So this is a flag mission where we have to grab 5 flags in order. Also, when your drill meter runs out when you're underground, you instantly die. So you want to make sure you watch the drill meter, especially here. Good. Actually, we do. We got something to say about this mission. We left something here. We need to do it again. Here, we just ran out as fast to run a Sonic than it is to drill. Right now that Planet Whisper is over and 100%ed, we have Aquarium Park. Make sure we stay vigilant so Laser doesn't escape. Yes, good, just before it managed to go off screen. No tutorials, please, thank you. Here we go, Sonic time. That laser we saved, we're going to use to grab the second red ring quickly right here, which we're normally supposed to use drill for. Okay, smoothish start. One of the reasons I played the Japanese version is because I like the announcer here better. Oh, really? You can't be serious. How will they just slip under that? Well, that was a bit unexpected. And that's the last red ring. Now we just need to do it to the finish. Now we go to the special stage 6. So fortunately, the special stage isn't too bad. Got it. Right, next lap. Okay, lap 2. Here we go. Here we go. So I recommend this game for learning speed runs over the other two games in the trilogy if you're starting off. There's far less dimps pits. Those of you that don't know Rush, it is heavily dimped. Switch. Awesome, 31. Okay, last lap. Was supposed to hit that dash panel, but should still have enough for the S. Right, one more level to go till we have all of them. Okay, moving on. Act 2. So it was important that we got the Act 1 special stage because in Act 2 will be taking damage a lot to save time. So sub route is much faster, even though the second red ring is on the bottom route. And this is what we need to drill for. So those fish circles, needless to say that you do need a wisp power-ups in order to break them. If you're going as regular Sonic, you're just stuck on the outside and you can't get through. I was supposed to tap that. I was supposed to stay still. So I do hope you liked Aquarium Park Act 2 a lot because you're about to see it 2 more times. I'm not even kidding. Right after we say hi to Amy Rose. So first we're going to be seeking out the red rings. Okay, that's more like it. First one's right up here. Self-explanatory if you take the top route. Right, that was smooth. and we have both of the red rings. So the next time we go here to get the S rank, we need a whopping 1 minute 15 remaining in order for us to get it. But right now we only have 47 seconds left. So we're gonna have to up a game for the next attempt. Yep, unfortunately we do have to put on the show here for Stay With Amy for a little longer than Sonic would have liked. Play a little safe there. Get a timer. Grab that time box just to be safe. Last thing I want is to not have enough time and then have to start the whole mission over. And that's the S. Here we go, mission 1. Hello there, Big the Cat. So this is that one we'll be saving that laser for. Or not. Finger slipped. At least, fortunately, there's attempt number 2. And yes, you can travel underwater. I hope we can get it this time. What's up, Sonic? Good?
We do have another donation to read out. We have received $20 from Tokyo, and that pushes us just over that $700 mark. We're at 705. We are so close to our goal of $1,000 raised for the American Foundation for Suicide Prevention, and I just know we can all get there. So everyone head on over to gamersforhope.com, donate, and donate if you can.
So this boss right here, there's quite a bit of execution involved, especially with laser. Headshot. That was so close to missing. Just over 26 seconds. And got all the rings there. Nice. Okay, so this level, we're going to be playing a ROM hack type stage, where similar to Planet Wisp. quite smooth. So now we just need to do this the second time, and then I think we can move on to Asteroid Coaster. But just before that, we'll be doing revisits to get the red wings we couldn't get before. Because the only wisp that we need for the revisits are burst and laser. And we now have them both, so we can do the revisits. Right, not going to be quite as fast as before. Okay, beautiful. Okay, so now Asteroid Coaster is unlocked. We navigate to it, but don't go to it yet. Because now we need to tackle the revisits. So for this act, we need Burst to get the second red ring. Also speeds up the first and fifth ones. And the first one was just right there. Yeah, that is all you need Burst for. If you've not Burst it at the time, then that's just a hologram and you can't do anything with that. Because we got the third and fourth ones earlier, we can now go straight up here and grab the fifth one. Wait, that was smooth. Okay, Act 2. So unlike before, we do actually have to transform to get the second red ring. But first we're going to go right underwater to get a nice boost to get to where the second one is here. That's way up here. So now the rest of it is straightforward now that we've had that red ring. We just need a reverse slope jump to get the last one. We normally need a burst for it, but unlike the second one, we can actually reverse slope jump here. Okay, nice. Okay, next up, Starlight Carnival 1. Here we go. The laser just makes the stage so much easier. Right, hope we get this IO laser. Good. So you had to have laser over there to break that wall. Even with rocket, you can't break it, so you have no choice but to use laser. Okay, so that's all our revisits complete. And now we can go straight to Asteroid Coaster and get the final wisp, which is Void. The Void is a pretty slow wisp, but at the same time, it's better than Frenzy in the Wii version, because the bigger Void gets by eating stuff, the bigger and faster it gets. Okay, off we go. Asteroid Coaster. So already we're at Big Void. So ideally, most of the time, we want to be at Big Void, because that's the fastest Void can move. Right, that was a bit unfortunate. I air boosted a little too early. Okay. Void break, please. Got it. That's the third one right there. Oh, wait. So normally wants to run up here, Sonic. But we need to suck in that big machine to get that fourth one right there. Okay, that was good. That was a bit of a nail biter because missing that would basically mean we have either dead or have to take a death. Oh, and by the way, final special stage. But that is still relatively easy. With rainbow orbs, we have to ration them to make sure we can keep the combo alive for each lap. Grab these, one rainbow orb, and more orbs. So here I'm going to be getting the strike tool in the red lap if I can. The only reason we're doing this is, well, not only as a safe play, but the second lap has been a bit iffy. Like with the strike to orb section, I've had runs where I've had tried everything I've had and I only managed to get 3. To this day, I don't know what causes that. I just decided to get the first one just to be safe, especially as we're pretty late in the run. Oh, nice. Oh dear, only 4? Yeah, this is what I was talking about. I don't know what causes that. Sometimes you can do decent, but most of the time I've been getting like very low amounts like that. No idea what happens to that. No idea what causes that. Should have more than enough to get the S. Now I'm getting high numbers again. Well, high-ish in this case, or at least more than 10. Right, we can now go supersonic. Too bad not any for these stages, though. Okay, here we go, Act 2. So we're going to be skipping a lot of these little coasters. For some reason, the forward stick failed on me. Okay, that's much better. Normally, the top boost would have been faster. But we need delays to skip the final part. Right, this isn't smooth enough to get to the top. Right, off we go. Double bonehead chase testing. Looking good. All the way to the top. Got the fourth thread in on the wrong way. I've got to backtrack for that. And yes, it is faster than going down and taking the void route, even though not by much. Oh, wee, that was close. That was close to falling. It's like one of those weird moments where I thought I saved myself, but then I was going to be knocked back down, but then I saved myself again. Right, just under 220. Nice. Okay, mission time. Shadow the Hedgehog. Fancy meeting you here. Awesome. Right, 17 is about what I'd expect. Because ultimately you can get 18 or even 19. Okay, here we go. Oh, too low. Went too low and touched the acid. And yes, as you see already, you die instantly if you touch the acid. Mega. We'll go up here. So this need Void to stay afloat. This last one we're hopefully going to stomp correctly. Yes. Well, that was smooth. Yes, we are Omega. Can't believe it. The same exact pattern again. Good. Okay, now we're going to face the boss before we face mission 3. I'm watching the magic happen because Void is about to have a ship-sized dinner. And just like that, the fight is over. So not only does this have the best, I'd say best boss killer in the game, but also has a super easy setup that you can even try at home. Okay, time for mission 3. So this is Asteroid Coaster 1. The good news is that the red rings are trivial. The bad news is that nowhere in these missions are you allowed to die. Nice, got the void break. Beautiful. Almost used lasers too soon. We're going to finish, and those are the final 2 red rings. And that is the message we get for gathering all of the red rings in the game. And now we just come here beat it a second time for no reason at all. Now we need to watch out for the timers because we need over a minute remaining in order to get the S. Wait, please. So that's what happens unfortunately, when you don't get the void break. Well, I'm going to play a bit safe because I need the timers. The final finish again. Almost used it too early again, but that's going to be OS. Yeah, we've unlocked the final zone now. Now we're going to check our reward for grabbing all the red rings. In the real run, this is we wouldn't be using infinite boost, but it's a session that comes up when you get all the red rings. Okay, here we go. Running section. Let's hope we can get this perfect. Right, that was dangerously close. Oh, no, not quite. So this boss is super easy. So right here, it's not about dealing damage. It's about getting all 5 wisps, as in the Wii version. There are some similarities, there are some differences. Like, for example, this Nega Wisp armor has 1 tail, but in the Wii version, it has 2. Good. Okay, now over here, we just need to match our hearts out. So over here, it does prompt us to do Y, but we can do all 4 face buttons and it will give the same results. And just like that, this fight is over. So this game isn't quite finished yet. We've got a couple minutes of unskippable credits cutscenes to pass time before we face the Mega Mother Wisp. So long story short, we've managed to collect all the red rings. We managed to beat every mission twice with S rank on the second try. Now it's just Mega Mother Wisp, which gets us the final S rank we need. So that's for the games I run. I won the entire Sonic Trilogy and also Sonic Chronicles. I try to be diverse in as many categories as possible, but for me, at least, I'm more into the completionist categories by the looks of it. Given I'm about to quite a few of them out. So yeah, this gives us some time to rest our hands after this intense action. And so far, we're within like 1 minute of best ever, even with getting infinite boost, which I wouldn't even get for the thing. So we should be back in play at about 1:30 when the timer reaches 1:34. So one interesting thing about the Wii version and the DS version is that the DS version has a supersonic blast, whereas the Wii version allows you to use supersonic in the act stages. The only problem is that with the supersonic in the Wii version, you can't collect wisps. You can't transform. So that's a bit of a downside. But over here, there's a supersonic boss fight. Okay, we can't use it in the stages, but at least there's a supersonic boss fight, as there were in the previous two in the Rush trilogy. So as I've said, this is a pretty good game for starting out if you're interested in the colors, the Sonic Colors DS or any of the Rush trilogy. It's a good place to start because not many dimps pits, less pitfalls, and yeah, just nicer in general in terms of learning. I do believe Rush is the hardest one because I would say that's the most dimps pit heavy, but Rush Adventure is a bit of a middle. That is why it's one of my favorite of the series. It's got quite a lot of post content to it, and believe it or not, the 100% category is about 4 hours long, which is more than twice the amount of this. That is how much content it has. One funny thing about this category is that I would say it's the least obvious of the three in terms of routing, because in Rush Adventure there's no like red rings or anything to collect during the stage, and no revisiting. Well, there is revisiting, but not for the same reason. For Rush Adventure, you revisit for materials, but for Colors yes, you revisit purely for red rings. Anything else you don't need to revisit. And Rush is the most obvious, even though it is longer than this. It's about optimum around 2 hours 10. So the funny thing is that in the Colors Ultimate, it's got 19 minutes of unskippable credits. This has about 7 minutes. Time starting from when the final score screen disappears. Unfortunately, we don't have to wait that long. It would be nice to make us skip it, but I guess the developers really wanted to make us see who's behind this game. One more thing to note is that I play the Japanese version. Main reason being that I like the Japanese announcer better than the English announcer when it announces the wisps. Similarly for Rush Adventure, though I'm not too fussed on it. For Rush, I just stuck to the English one because I pretty much have everything there. And nothing was annoying me too much. So right now we're looking on track for a sub 140, which is better than what I thought I would get. Because it's been a while since I ran 100%. But yeah, for gamers against suicide, Yeah, there are people that are willing to help, and there's money being donated goes towards that. Oh, we should be back in play in a moment. Because hit 134 now. Thank you so much for playing my game. Okay, here we go. Okay, supersonic time. Hits at least possible time. So it hits. Right, that's good. So when Sonic activates his boost, well, super boost, towards the Mega Mother Wisp, very important that we hit this target, because if we miss, we have to do this whole cycle again. Okay, one down, two to go. Okay, we got two rock face away. We just need to hit him in. Okay, great second wave. Here we go. Okay, that red one is looking dangerously close. The red ones knock you back, and the purple ones just make you slower. Makes it hard to move laterally. Okay, two down, one to go. Okay, no second rock, so she's gonna get an attack in. Okay, took a hit, but fortunately we don't take damage. I should only managed to get one attack, not two. Attack is worth like 5 seconds each. Okay, good. So time is not over yet. Time will be when the final score screen disappears. All right, get ready on time. And time. So that's time, fellas. 1:37:48 by the looks of it. Yeah, it looks like I've got that on my end too. But before I wrap up the stream, we got this screenshot of of the Motherless now, because now she's no longer corrupted with her negative energy, thanks to Eggman. But yeah, rather when it's over, I might as well showcase the S ranks. Because right here on the results screen, we see that we have S rank for pretty much everything. The act stages right here. and the missions too. All the special stages right here. Also all the events. Got all of them right here. Like right here, second play and mission triumph. You can only get those if you beat the mission a second time. And we have those for all of these missions. All the illustrations right here. And all the sounds. We have all 73 sounds right here. And that's all there is to unlock for Sonic Colors DS. I hope you enjoyed watching the stream because it was quite a quite a bit lengthy than what I normally put out here. So once again, thank you for having me on the show. It's been a real blast. And yeah, good luck to all you runners out there. And yeah, please donate to the cause.
Thank you, Speedbreaker. It's been really fun having you. That was a great run to watch. I always love these DS Sonic games. They did such great things with these on the DS. It's just really exciting runs to watch. Coming up next, we have got Organ Mike returning with the Bard's Tale trilogy, which is another super exciting run. Those games are really fun to watch. The graphics, the art style, I just love them. Unfortunately, I have to tell you, this is the end of my hosting session here with GAS. It's been really fun, but don't worry, I'm passing you on to another very capable British host, Howlin' Mad Mike. So you've got that to look forward to. So stay tuned for a couple minutes while we get things set up, and we'll be ready to go with the Bard's Tale trilogy.